Mel is in the building. Mel, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. Do you show 6:30 on your clock?
I do. 6:31 even.
All righty, as do I. Good evening, everyone. It is 6:31 on the 3rd of August, and we will call to order the Choteau City Council meeting for said date. First thing on our agenda this evening would be the approval of the minutes from the City Council meeting of July the 20th.
I move to approve the minutes of the July 20th meeting.
Second.
I have a motion from Councilman D to approve.
Second.
I have a second from Councilman Merja.
Major.
Major.
Major. I see Councilman Merja shaking his head, so I knew it wasn't him. Okay. Are there any corrections or additions we need to be concerned with?
I don't think so.
Hearing none. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The minutes will stand approved as presented. Anybody leaving the state in the not too distant future?
Nope.
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 We have no unfinished business on tonight's agenda, so we will hop right into our action items for the night. First item tonight is the vote on the resolution number 869, Rural Development Sewer Loan Authorization.
I move approval of resolution 869.
I have a motion from Councilman D to approve resolution 869. I need a second.
Second.
I have a second from Councilman Howard.
Jody or Chris, can you kind of give us a little idea of how this fits in with our water project?
This is go ahead. Sorry.
I say, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jody, because Lord knows I could go off on a tangent at any moment. I believe this is for interim financing for, nope. All right, Jody, go.
This is for, stop him. This is for actually the rural development final financing just for the sewer, for the project of over in the northeast side of town. At one point, we were going to do them together, but with the ARPA money coming down the pike, we're going to split them. So we're trying to get this done. So hopefully we can go out for bid and maybe even get it started this fall. So this is just sewer.
Okay.
It also, we already had the packages all together by the time the ARPA money came out. So this wasn't eligible for, we needed the water project. It didn't have funding yet. So that's why we went with the water.
That makes sense, Mel?
Where did she go?
Sorry. So just remind me, what will we actually do with this money? What just basic descriptor of what this project is?
This is the dig and replace of about 5,000 linear feet of sewer main on the northeast side of town. I can give you exact numbers tomorrow.
That's good for now, Jody. Just wanted to, we have multiple projects going right now and trying to keep straight which one is which is a challenge.
I understand. For me too.
That's why I went off on a tangent. I thought we were on delivery, not X-Flow. Sorry.
Mr. Mayor, I call the question.
Any more discussion? Hearing none, we will, those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Jody, have her ready for me. We'll get her signed in the morning and out the door. The next item is authorization to place delinquent water and garbage charges on property taxes. This is a standard yearly event for the city. And we've got $3,500 worth of delinquent accounts that'll go on to property taxes and be collected that way. Takes a little bit longer, but eventually it will show up.
I move we put the water and garbage on the taxes.
I
Second.
have a motion from Councilman B,
Second.
second from Councilman Burja, and Jody, I can see you on the edge of your seat to say something. No? Okay. Jody, what's the timeline once these get put on there? If they get, will they get attached to the November taxes to be paid? November, we'll get half of November, half the following year. They are all delinquent taxes paid in one setting.
The rest of our specials are split, first half, second half. These are just first half, and they will be on the taxes in November.
Thank
Jody,
you.
can you give us an estimate of, is the 3550, is that up? Is that down compared to years past?
It's pretty comparable.
Okay.
Most
Thank you.
years.
The usual suspects. Any other questions? Those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We will get them taken care of and processed onto the taxes. The next item is a letter from the Choteau Volunteer Fire Department to place their fireworks stand in the city limits next to the fire station itself. They have an adequate space over there to do so, and the idiot who typed the letter put the wrong date at the bottom, so it was corrected with a pen. But this would just allow them to be able to man their station when there's a fire going on, where they don't have to close it, come back and do that. We are unable to find anything on the books through action items or others that prevent this from taking place, just so you know.
I move approval of the request.
Jody?
And with just a thought, when you make the motion, there is the opportunity to make it so that goes on for as long as they have the fireworks stand. That is what we've done with the Booster Club. Just throwing that out there.
Can I amend my motion to be in perpetuity?
I have an amended motion from Councilman D to allow the Choteau Volunteer Fire Department to have their fireworks stand in the premise by the fire station in perpetuity going forward.
Second.
I have a second from Councilman Merja. Any other questions?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, what's been the history on this? Because we technically only have had one in the city limits. Is that correct?
No.
And we've had more in the city limits because the one up at the campground was in the city limits. And Councilman Merja said something last time that he thought we were limited to 2. And I went back through some of the old minutes, Councilman. I can't find anything or any. I mean, you can see where it was discussed, but there was never said it was limited to 2. So.
Yeah. And I went back through old minutes and I couldn't find any action item. I found, like you did, I found discussion, but we did deny Liberty Fireworks one time being in the city limits, but it was because of location. It wasn't because of number of fireworks stands. It was because they were going to be too close to bars. So, and they had talked to a property owner. So.
It's just like any real estate deal, location.
So other than that one, have we denied any other permits historically?
No.
No, not that I've been able to find, Councilman Major.
And not that I can remember in the 12 years I've been doing this.
Any other comments? Questions? Hearing none, those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The last item tonight, second to last item would be the street closure for the First Bank of Montana. That would be for this Thursday night so they can have their open house and barbecue. And it would be the section of street between them and Choteau Activities from Main Avenue to the alleyway there by Rex's.
I move
I move
approval
we-
of the application.
I second.
I have a motion from Councilman D and a second from Councilman Major, correct?
Correct.
I'm getting good at voices.
Yes, that's correct.
And this is something that we've routinely done for this organization in the past, so it's not like we're stepping out of bounds and doing that.
Well, and the 3 to 9 is a maximum closure. It'll probably be quite a bit less than that.
Yeah. But I like how they did it. I would rather ask for more and need it for less than ask for less and
Yep.
need it for more.
Yep.
So, okay. Mel, any questions?
Nope, no questions.
Okay. Hearing none, those in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? We will get that signed tomorrow and back to the bank. Yes, Stuart, go, Councilman.
On behalf of First Bank of Montana, thank you. We appreciate the ability to come out and do this and show our appreciation to our community for our customers. So come on out and have some food, bring your kids, have some fun.
Cool. Thank you, Councilman.
I'll switch my hats now.
If Tammy's not feeling any better and still can't taste, I'll be there for dinner.
Yeah, I've heard about chili and or jalapeno poppers when you can't taste anything. It's
Yeah, and to be honest with you guys, she's feeling very, very good, very, very good, all things considered, but she can't taste it. It's driving her up the wall. She won't even bake anything. Why should I bake something if I can't taste it?
yeah.
So, last item up on for our stuff tonight would be our claims, and there's Jody, you got two of them here, correct?
I do. One list is for June and the other's for July.
That's what I thought. Let's go through the last part of June stuff.
I move approval of the claims for June, the end of June.
There's a motion from Councilman D for June and a second from Councilman Howard. The largest one on that is a BioBot bill for COVID testing. Any other questions on June? Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the rest of June's bills will get paid. July's a little bit heavier. We got first half of contracts here that are being taken care of. Some loan payments, things along those lines.
I move approval.
You're going to
of
see
the
a thing in
claims for
here from
July.
Central Lock and Key. And kudos to Mike. Every lock in the city of Choteau now for Public Works will have the same key. Instead
Nice.
of having 10,000 keys, 10,000 locks. It was funny to watch him sit, through key after key after key, and he just said, stop at Central Lock when he was in there one day, and they said they'd gladly do it. And that's how they knocked those out.
I move approval of the claims for July.
Second.
I have a motion from Councilman D and a second from Councilman Merja. Any other questions? Mel, anything for you on claims?
Nope.
Okay. Those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We will pay the bills. Joey will print checks and I'll get them signed. Before we go ahead into public comment, we have our valuations. So we are going to go ahead and proceed with 3 meetings this month, okay? We will go 17 and we will go 31. On the 17th, we will open up our public hearing for our budget for fiscal year 21-22. And we'll have that on the 17th, and then on the 31st, we will close that public hearing, take any additional comment, and then vote to adopt our budget. If we're lucky in between now and then, we might see some action or some movement on either of our water distribution plan or our wastewater plan that we may be able to squeeze into one of those. If we have it before the 17th, we could add that to the public hearings as well. It's right now we're in a hurry up and wait situation waiting on the state, to be honest with you. It's frustrating for Mike. That's why we're hoping we get the wastewater stuff taken care of, at least get wastewater bid and out the door so that they can get underway. We've been notified by a couple different contractors that they would bid for fall work if we were available. So
watch your emails, guys. I'm going to try to just send them out for a review. Hopefully tomorrow. We do the guys coming with the server tomorrow, so it's going to be in and out. But I'll try to get that all emailed out to you tomorrow. If not, it'll be Thursday.
And that being said, my post tomorrow will let folks know that we probably will not be able to process payments or look up accounts tomorrow at times while they're integrating stuff from one server to the other server. So to bear with us for a day until we can get through that and get it set back up and such. Other than that, times are good, but as the temperatures go up, there's a lot of short tempers running around out there as well, and we're hearing about it, but we're dealing with it. And I'm blessed to have Tom, Mike, and Jody, as we all are pretty good soundboards for each other and can talk each other off the cliff, me more often than not. Maybe I need a swan in my house to talk to. But folks have been very good. Mike's happy with the way things are going with pumping, with our water, and right now it's not too bad. Any other questions?
Yeah, you have a question on the BioBot. Do we know if it can check for Delta variant? Can it distinguish?
They cannot. The only way that, well, I'm telling you what they told my wife as far as that. The only way they can test is through a blood test, and they have to do a genome study. And the fact that Tammy was vaccinated and got it, more than likely she would be drawn to have that test done. They are assuming it is the Delta variant because she was vaccinated, but until her name is drawn and they do the actual blood sequencing work, we don't know for sure. Okay. Councilman Howard, if you guys get time, we got to talk about fire trucks.
Okay. Yeah. Time.
So I know.
Late, I know. Evening is the best, probably.
Yep, and that's fine by me. Give me a buzz. I have the doctor's appointment. I have a follow up in the morning at 8:30 in Great Falls. Then I'll be back. So we're good. Evenings works fine for me as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Any guess on the next meeting whether we're going to stay Zoom or?
No, we will go back to live.
Okay.
I just did this because of Tammy being sick.
Okay.
Okay. I would much rather be in person.
All right.
Sure, Councilman.
Mike and I are scheduled this week to try to finish up cost estimates for the ADA compliance, and then we'll get that to Tom for the final draft.
Yep, that's what he'd said. Mike had made mention of that. I know there's a lot going on. We are, FYI folks, we are going to have tomorrow, we should have, Mel, did Mike get you a map yet?
I think I do. I think I did have a map, but I don't think I could see the street numbers on it.
Okay, I will get it. I'm going to try and get one as well, but we're going to chip seal next, the 12th and 13th, and we may have to step into the 14th depending upon how things go. Tentatively, we're lined up for our contractors to be here for them, and we're going to have some extra help come on for a couple days. I'm throwing out kudos already to Dan Lannon for coming back and driving that water truck for us again. He seems to enjoy that, and so I thank him for that. But it's going to be all hands on deck for a 3 days while we get this phase done. But we're hoping to be done late Friday and hopefully not have to drag it into Saturday. We'll be putting out do not park on these streets signs, and most of it is in the northwest side of town over where Councilman Major and I live. 7th Street over there where Jody, that part, and then there's a few on the southeast side of town. But there is wisdom to it. This is the second year of a 6-year plan, so Mike's got it laid out, and we're going to keep going. Okay. Next month or next meeting, the 17th, will also be our reports meeting, so it could be a little bit longer. I promise you that I'm abridging mine, so we'll get it taken care of. Jody's laughing because She knows what I'm talking about. But anyways, keep up the good work. If something pops up in your wards, you guys, I will get it out to you by email and let you know what's going on. Yes, Councilman Merja.
We're in public comment now, right?
We are.
As one of the pastors at New Life Church, I just want to thank the community and the sheriff's department for making sure that everything was all right there, making sure that they got a hold of somebody, not just letting things go by the wayside. Often the statistic is if two or more people are around, they're not likely to do anything. And I got several phone calls when fire alarms were going off, and so did Dale. The sheriff even had somebody let him in so he could check around. It's very appreciated that we have a community that'll look out for one another.
Oh, very much so. Very much so. Keep checking on your neighbors. It's going to cool off hopefully next week. Otherwise, we're good until 17 August. Okay. Good night, all.
Thanks, sir.